There's some other points that need to be made regarding this current war. Uh, let's talk about the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome is, they say it's a miraculous piece of technology. You know why Iron Dome is unique to Israel? Why is it saying that's unique to Israel? It's kind of sad. But first, some introduction. The Jewish people are characterized by their compassion, their kindness, and their bashfulness or their modesty. And that's often used to our detriment. Uh, uh, if Rabbi Weissman could open up the entire book of Kings, it would take, I don't know, about, I guess, a week just to go through it on a superficial level. And we'd see similarly in Achav's wars that his own inherent compassion was used against him. He had nearly defeated the king of Aram, who was now for quite a few decades been harming the Israelites, and him and his successors continued doing so for almost a century after that. And they suddenly realized, okay, now we're going to sue for peace. We'll ask for mercy, and that was used against them. So the Iron Dome is used to intercept the rockets. Any other country, if they were being attacked in such a way, they would just do what anybody could do. You could do this by looking on the news. You could see where the enemy rockets are coming from. Everybody knows. So you just needs a pair of eyes. If you're close enough, binoculars, anything. Every TV camera around the world sees where these rockets are coming from. So why do you need an Iron Dome? You could just train your rocket fire, your anti-rocket fire, on the launchers, and it's done. Why can't they do that? The answer is, of course, the bad guys have put human shields, their own bodies, and sometimes, unfortunately, even innocent people. Now, it's even worse. They've taken innocent Jews to be human shields there. And for some reason, our leadership, so-called leadership, I can't even call them leadership. I call them leadership because they're calling the shots. But really, they have been completely derelict in their duty, if not criminally negligent or criminally involved in bringing all of this about. And we have to pray for their removal speedily in our days. They could easily train their fire on the place where the rockets are coming from, but they feel that they can't. So that's it. So we have to continue having Iron Dome. Even though any other nation would just take out the rocket launchers right away, Iron Dome is very good at tracking things. It could especially track a stationary object sitting there on the ground that's visible to the naked eye. Yeah, that's a problem. Feiglin pointed this out recently, and he's been saying this for now years. IDF, Tzahal, has been nothing. He gave the mushal. You find this car, you open up under the hood, you find, oh, there's nothing under the hood. The engine's gone, nothing. It was all nothing. A lot of these bases, you've seen them, it's just kids in uniform with guns. It's like a summer camp, but it's a big joke. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember reading Rabbi Wine's semi-autobiographical book that he put out when he first retired, even though, thank God, Rabbi Wine is still going strong. He's still giving shiurim. But when he moved to Jerusalem around that time, he also put out a book, Vintage Wine, anecdotes, ma'amarim, and he's talked about, if I'm not mistaken, becoming involved with the OU Kashrus. And at the time, people trust the OU. Oh, don't worry, the OU's in charge of things. And he went to some wedding, I guess it was either New York or Miami, Chicago, one of those places. And he was looking around. He wanted to ask the mashgiach what's going on and ask a few questions. And he couldn't find anybody in charge. Don't worry, the OU, people say, don't worry, it's OU Hashkafa. And eventually found a mashgiach-like character around back, taking a break and smoking outside the kitchen. He wasn't paying attention to what's going on in the kitchen at all. Says, no, we're going to do your job, mashgiching. The guy tells him, don't worry, the OU's in charge. That's basically the way Tzahal's been the last few years. Don't worry. So we are the army. We're doing everything right. We're so powerful. And here what happened, Arab armies snuck up on them right up to the border. They were too reliant on their systems, whatever it was. Early in the morning, everybody's asleep. It's a Yontif and a Shabbos. If they had just had a few people on a guard post in a guard tower, they could see for, if they have a guy with good eyes, they have binoculars, they could detect that this attack is coming. But there was nothing. Okay. We have a big problem with that.